Our aim here was to design a Buddhist retreat for a Western Buddhist order. Western Buddhism is relatively new. The order was started in the 1960s. Western Buddhism predates that, but not by a huge amount. So there was a theological aspect to the design brief too. We were designing a place where Western Buddhism could be practiced. The concept of arranging space around courtyards came very early on as a direct response to the landscape and to the conditions on the site and the fact that it's quite often windy. And we wanted people to feel safe and protected, but also very directly connected to the landscape and to the, which is very beautiful. And the idea of the sort of not only enclosing these spaces with buildings, but also trying to make the walls as perforated as possible, either by framing views of the landscape or by perforating the walls themselves, was something we sort of stumbled upon as an idea, hoped it would work, and it's ended up defining the place really, because it creates this separation, but also you never feel disconnected from one space to the other or from the outside until you arrive in the shrine room, which is where your focus is on the object of your devotion, on the Buddha figure, rather than on the outside. So then the spatial experience is reversed. I like to think any architect worth their salt could have designed a beautiful building on this site, because it's a very beautiful site, and the brief was an amazing one-off brief. But we had an awful lot of dialogue and discussion with the client during the course of this process on how to make sure that it would actually allow people to do what they describe as deepening their practice. So we could have got it very wrong and designed a building that was just distracting and didn't allow people to do what they need to do here.
It was very, very interesting, people's responses, because a lot of people have been speechless. And at first I used to think, oh, does this mean they don't like it? And then people started coming to me days later sometimes, or writing to me and saying, I'm really sorry I couldn't say anything. It's so beautiful, it's so moving, I didn't know what to say. And when people first come, they come up this access path, and they often just pop round and have a look at the Sangha courtyard. It's remarkable how many people get tearful just with the beauty of the place. And that's quite something for the architects to have achieved. That's something that has such a positive emotional and spiritual effect without even practice having taken place. I think it's a wonderful gift they've given us. Yeah.